speaker tonight is the state senator from District 20, which includes Kapolei, Makakilo, and portions of Kalaeloa, Ewa, and Waipahu. He is currently the chair of the Agricultural and Environment Committee and vice chair of the Water and Land Committee. He's also a member of the Judiciary and Labor Committee, and in 2001, the senator and his daughter, Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard, co-founded Healthy Hawaii Coalition, a nonprofit group dedicated to protecting the environment and improving individual and community health. HCC has been active in Hawaii schools, teaching children the importance of watershed protection and keeping Hawaii clean and green. To date, over 6,000 students at more than 60 public and private schools across the state have participated in the program. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and distinct pleasure to introduce to you Senator Mike Gabbard.
Hello, Mai Kako. You know, I wanted to mention that it's not easy being the father of a congresswoman. Not too long ago, I was at Costco, and this guy came up to me and he said, "Hey, brother, you somebody. I like to take picture. I don't know your name." So I was getting ready to introduce myself, and he said, "Mama, bring the kids, come take a picture." And he looked at me, and then he said, "Tulsi's dad." Yeah. So General Hara, Director Williams, Deputy Director Atanoa, Mr. Miller, cadres, staff, welcome family and friends, and to our very special guests this evening, Class 46, Imua! I literally have chicken skin right now standing here before you, and I love Youth Challenge Academy. Maybe it's because I was an at-risk youth myself, a very rebellious teenager way back when. And unfortunately, there was no such thing as Youth Challenge Academy back in the 60s when I was going through my tumultuous teens. But another reason I love this program is because it reminds me of when I was teaching high school in American Samoa in the early 70s. After teaching sophomores English on the east side at Whangaetua High School, I was asked to be the director of the pilot project in town at Samoana High School, and I didn't know what it was, but apparently I found out very quickly it was the troublemakers, the dropouts. They didn't fit into any of the school programs, and so they said, "Okay, Mr. Gabbard, you are the English teacher. We're going to give you a math teacher and a science teacher. Here are these 90 students. You have this wing of Samoana High School. Do whatever you want. Good luck." And we had a ball. And to this day, I still run into kids here in Hawaii who are in that program and who are now successful in whatever careers they are. You know, when I come to these graduations twice a year, quite frankly, when I look at the faces of each class, I see myself and the changes that I went through in life to become what I am today, a state senator representing District 20 in West Oahu. My wife, Carol, and I, we have been married 49 years this December. We have 5 children, 3 boys, 2 girls, and 8 grandchildren. And it's interesting how things turn out. Both my daughters are warriors. They are expert marksmen on the shooting range. And my 3 sons are businessmen, golfers, tennis players who have absolutely no interest in the military or law enforcement. You know, I kid my boys, I said, "You know what, you guys get caught in a dark alley, some thug's gonna beat you up. I know what you're gonna do." And they all go in unison, "Call sis." My youngest daughter, Vrindavan, she's 2 years younger than Tulsi. She's a U.S. Marshal in D.C., and she got a Bill Gates Millennial Scholarship, paid everything all the way through college at John Jay College, which is the premier school in the nation for law enforcement. And then my oldest daughter, Tulsi, as was mentioned earlier, she's the congresswoman for the 2nd District. She's also currently a major in the Hawaii Army National Guard and has served 2 deployments in the Mideast. At 21, she was the youngest person ever to be elected to the Hawaii State Legislature. So folks, when I met with Class 46 the day before yesterday, as I do with every graduating class, for about a half an hour, and I gave them a pep talk about life in general. I told them my story, what a punk I was when I was their age, how rebellious I was, how I ran with the wrong crowd, got into trouble, got kicked out of the house. Geez, I was just a punk. My parents put up with so much of my crap, and though both of them have passed away, sometimes it brings tears to my eyes when I think about how much stress that I caused them. I won't go into the gory details. I did with them. I told them all about it. So talk to your cadet if you want to get the full story. That is, if you guys were paying attention to my talk. It was before lunch, and I could hear their stomachs growling as I told them about my involvement in trying to burn Hickam Air Force Base down, and as a child, yes, my father was in the Air Force, and also about almost dying while surfing in Hurricane Betsy. So yes, I'm totally stoked to be here. And tonight, I'm not going to talk about stuff that you usually hear at graduation ceremonies. You know, how now a new chapter of your life begins, and this is the first day for the rest of your lives, and you are standing at the doorway, the threshold of tomorrow. And of course, all that's true, but I want to focus on three main points. First, cadets, the other day, I spoke to you about the mind, how your mind can be your best friend or your worst enemy. And before you act, no matter what the decision is, you should use your intelligence and first weigh all the consequences. Yes, your mind can be your greatest friend, and when it is, then follow it. And when it's not, when it's your worst enemy, then ignore it. I gave the cadets many examples, and one was when you leave here this evening with your families tonight, you'll be in the mood to celebrate the culmination of your hard work here at Youth Challenge Academy. Some of you will go out to dinner with your families, or there may be a graduation party. Now, we all know the legal age to drink alcohol in Hawaii is 21. So you have to make this decision. Now, your friend mind is saying, nope, it's illegal. I shouldn't break the law. What happens if I get arrested? If I get a DUI on my record, it wouldn't be good, right? And your enemy mind is saying, what's a few beers among friends with my homies? I've been good for 6 months. I haven't broken any rules. Ain't nothing going to happen to me. So what do? You use your intelligence. You weigh the good and the bad. Honestly, is this in my best interest? How will this decision reflect on my family and loved ones? And then you make an intelligent decision. And as I told you, cadets, the last thing that I want to do is to wake up tomorrow morning and pick up the Star Advertiser and read that a Youth Challenge Academy cadet who just graduated the night before died in a car accident because of drunken driving. Second, as Tulsi mentioned in her little letter, become a servant leader. Some of you will stay on to learn how to become pharmacy technicians, welders, or become masters in the culinary art. Others will go on to be lifeguards, construction workers, or to community college. It doesn't really matter what you do, but rather the consciousness in which you do it. The Pastoral Institute in Georgia defines servant leadership as, and I quote, a lifelong journey that includes discovery of oneself, a desire to serve others, and a commitment to lead. Servant leaders continually strive to be trustworthy, self-aware, humble, caring, visionary, empowering, relational, competent, good stewards, and community builders, unquote. So those are no small character traits to aim for, are they? And yet, these are the kinds of qualities that your teachers and cadres and staff have been helping you to develop during your entire time at the Youth Challenge Academy. Lao Tzu, an ancient Chinese philosopher and poet, once said, "Be careful what you water your dreams with. Water them with worry and fear, and you will produce weeds that choke the life from your dream. Water them with optimism, and solutions, and you will cultivate success. Always be on the lookout for ways to turn a problem into an opportunity for success. Always be on the lookout for ways to nurture your dream. So a servant leader looks for ways to turn a problem into an opportunity for success. And what I've learned, and I continue to learn, is that true happiness actually lies in serving and giving to others. We all want to be happy. The problem is most of us think that to be happy we need to please just ourselves, when really it's just the opposite. Making the effort to please others is where true happiness lies. The late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others?" So in conclusion, cadets, I'd like to leave you with these main points. When you walk out of here today, you'll be a high school graduate with your life and your future looming in front of you. If you haven't figured out what you want to do with your life, don't panic. There's plenty of time. I mean, for myself, first I was an English teacher, then a guidance counselor, then assistant dean of instruction, then a dean of the community college, a small businessman, tennis pro, musician, entertainer, headmaster of a private school, owner of a vegetarian restaurant, candy maker, and now a politician. Some people still ask me what I want to do when I grow up, and I turned 70 in January. So remember, whatever career path you choose, whether you remain here at Youth Challenge Academy a bit longer or move on to develop your skills elsewhere, please embrace servant leadership as a lifelong goal. You see, the desire to serve is built in. It's part of who we are as human beings. Whether you're a soldier serving your country, a mother serving her children and her husband, a father serving his wife and family, a doctor serving his patients, a lawyer serving his clients, a pastor serving his congregation, a business person serving her customers. A famous person, physician, philosopher, and theologian Albert Schweitzer once said, and I quote, "I don't know what your destiny will be, but one thing I do know. The only ones among you who will be really happy are those who have sought and found how to serve," unquote. And lastly, be all you can be. It doesn't really matter what you end up doing in your life, as long as it's legal, it's what you want to do, that you're passionate about it, and that you're happy doing it. Whatever your career is, do your best. The world is full of people doing mediocre work. They don't care, therefore they do lousy jobs. They just punch the time clock and grab their paycheck. I'm asking you to please be all that you can be. So ke akua, me ke aloha, God bless you and your families. Mahalo and congratulations to Class 46. Oh, and I'd like to leave you with something. Just a minute. So I composed this song for you guys. I hope you like it. It's very short. Okay.
Class 46.